and they're much more, couples are twice as likely to break up in January and February. What do you think that's all about?
You know, I think it's because in January you're really empowered to make changes. I mean, we have a habit in January of reassessing everything and deciding what do I want to change, and sometimes your relationship's on the top of that list.
Mm-hmm. Is it just a New Year's resolution? I'm going to get a new life, and it doesn't include you.
I'm going to go back to what I said. Men think when they're unhappy and there's, you know, a prolonged period of relationship dissatisfaction, that they can do better. There's someone out there around the corner that's going to be better suited for me, so I'm going to make my break now.
Are you saying though that they're ill-advised in this sort of mindset, as opposed to saying I'm going to take stock here, and maybe what they're looking at something that's half full as opposed to half empty?
Men think in the moment. They make bad decisions a lot of times. And I'm not a hater. I'm a guy, you're a guy here. I'm not putting everybody down. We make bad decisions. We want instant gratification.
Right.
We don't have the capacity.
See, I disagree with Matt. And I don't think it's gender-based. I think it's more age-based and stage of life-based. I think when you're young, you know, you might be thinking you're going to trade up. You want a more exciting relationship. As you get older, that's when I think you realize, okay, even though this relationship has problems, I'm going to work through it.
Right.
It's biological. Women do that in their 30s to 40s. They want to stick with who they have because they're afraid to move forward and try to find another mate to possibly have a child with.
Sometimes I think it's really intimidating to think at the age of 34, when my biological clock is ticking, it's hard to start over. I think that's true.
Here's some of the questions that people are asking themselves. You know, do you share the views of the person you're with for the future? You know, do you feel like you're in a rut, or if you're unfulfilled? And if the answers to those questions are yes, should you go ahead and paddle on, or should you wait a second and say, why, maybe we should make this work in some way?
The rut thing is a guy thing.
I completely disagree. Women can feel like they're in a rut as well.
Right.
Yes, but
we're just not as vocal about it.
We're more willing to you know, have the team mentality to try to make it work. Guys feel the rut. Women are. Guys feel the rut. They're gone.
They're changing.
They're changing.
I just don't think that's true of all men.
That's right.
It's a Sunday afternoon.
I don't like that.
I don't bang.
There you go.
Bang.
Exactly.
Okay.
Listen,
bang.
I think that women truly they're much better in relationships. They're much more committed, and they're better at it. You know, and I think all they want is really just to be loved. Guys don't get it.
How about I tell you what women want and you can tell us what men want?